At this point, more than 3 million Ukrainians have left their country as this war rages on. Among them are a mother and her 2 daughters, with family living here in the Tampa Bay area. News Channel 8's Justin Shecker joining us live in the Tampa newsroom with their story. And Justin, it's hard to imagine the difficulty for all of these individuals.
It really is, Keith. Good evening to you. Eric Sudar spoke with 8 on Your Side because he's seeking whatever help he can get to bring his fiance's Ukrainian relatives to Florida. He also wants people in our area to realize the seriousness of this humanitarian crisis.
I appreciate you thinking of us, but...
Eric Sudar is back at his business Gulfport garage after a trip to the Ukraine-Poland border.
There were a lot of people getting off those buses who had no one. And that's heart-wrenching, especially looking at the kids. I cried more in 10 days than I have in 10 years.
Sudar and his fiancée traveled to Eastern Europe to assist her sister and 10 and 12-year-old nieces fleeing war-torn Ukraine. The father stayed behind to fight for his country.
They had to say goodbye, perhaps to the last time forever, to their father. And I don't think it's totally set in with the kids. But obviously with Mom, she's well aware that she may never see her husband again.
Sudar tells us they're safe.
Right now, we've got them at an Airbnb in Warsaw, Poland. So they're a lot better off than a lot of the people crossing the border.
But he says the challenge now is finding a way for them to reunite with family in Tampa Bay.
It would do wonders for those kids' psyche if they could be around Grandma and Grandpa who live here.
He says advice from the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw backfired.
We found out from watching a Ukrainian attorney who works out in New York that anybody who applied for a visitor's visa is being turned down immediately, automatically, because they don't have a country to return to.
As the Russian invasion continues, this Bay Area business owner has a message for Congress.
Find a path for some of these people to come to the U.S. I have family that we can support. They're not going to be a burden on the U.S. government or the taxpayers. They just want a chance.
And Sudar says he's been in communication with Congressman Charlie Crist's office. When I called, I found out they're working on about a dozen similar cases involving Ukrainian refugees related to Bay Area families. In the Tampa News Center, I'm Justin Shecker, 8 on Your Side.